Hey guys, hope everyone's well. It's your boy M.K.S back here with another video. Obviously part 2 of my video about who to me should personally support Celtic. Sorry, I'm out of breath already. Been walking up and downstairs, so going to make my final cup of tea. It's already like past midnight, so I probably shouldn't have tea at this late. But anyway, I hope you got part 1 of this video and enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll look out for part 3 as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Anyhow, I suppose it is mainly geared towards football fans, but I hope people will enjoy it out there and enjoy my quirky way of thinking. So carrying on with the list, I was talking about number 11. As a fan of both Italian football and Celtic, I would love for both Celtic and Italian football to have as many like training games together and do like fundraising and practice together and like buy each other's kits and support each other. Like Italian clubs can support Celtic as a second team and vice versa. Like so just generally support each other and look at how they can fundraise and have like matches on YouTube in Glasgow or in Italy or elsewhere, wherever they get the chance to like train together, and especially Italian football and Celtic, but also Celtic can train with other clubs and teams as well. But mainly, I hope they'll train with Italian ones, and also like on that note, I hope they'll benefit smaller, lower league teams in Italy as well, and like play at youth level as well. So help the future of the teams. Obviously, this is mainly to benefit Celtic, this particular video, but I hope it'll benefit both of them mutually, and they'll work together towards shared goals, which I've talked before about in previous videos. I probably won't go into too much detail because excuse me, because I don't want the video to be too long. I might post that one in the comment section and talk more about those dreams on Friday. Anyway, so yeah, and I also hope Celtic will. So yeah, I hope they'll have as many games as possible, like record them on YouTube and like fundraise to buy football stadiums and pitches and training facilities and all that sort of thing, to benefit the clubs in the future, like all the Italian clubs, including the lower league Italian clubs and at grassroots level and things like that, and Celtic, including the academy and the youth and things like that, and some of the, as I say, mainly younger teams and that sort of thing. So, and again, relations with Ireland, which are already normally quite strong. Celtic and Ireland, obviously, it's for people of Irish descent, and also France and other countries that have the tricolour or republics and all that, which I hope to come to, and that sort of thing. So, and basically, like, people support Celtic as a second team as well. So I hope to encourage as many people as possible to find out about Celtic and support them. Number 12, I hope, like, because the work Celtic does for charity and things like anti-bullying and homelessness and people who are disadvantaged, I hope people from disabled and other disadvantaged groups, people who want to support homeless and anti-bullying and things like that, will support Celtic. And again, I'd love to see Celtic do a lot to raise funds for, as they normally do anyway, but I hope they'll do more internationally as well, as they did in the past. And when I asked the club, they said that they don't normally do stuff internationally anymore, so I'd love them to do that again, and I'd have lots of tax deals. But also that could increase more fans in those countries as well as helping those, as well as helping them, which I think is important. And again, like dyslexic groups and other neurodiverse groups like ADHD and people with ADHD and autism, to play football, to raise awareness of those conditions and also fundraise for those conditions. Like Celtic to host more of those charity matches, hopefully in the future as well. So anti-bullying groups, hopefully, and even like groups that are supporting people with depression or other problems, and suicide prevention, all that sort of thing. So I hope Celtic will work with those groups, and also in turn those groups will, by supporting those groups, hopefully it will come back to reward the club when with more awareness of the club and sponsorship and all that marketing sort of thing. Number 13, I hope to encourage, obviously, Catholics to support Celtic, especially because Rangers can often be very anti-Catholic. So even though I'm not Catholic myself, I think it probably would be wise for Catholics to support Celtic. 14, I'd love to make loads of groups like Celtic's non-Catholic supporters or Celtic's POC supporters or things like that, and also, like, again, work with charities to solve problems facing the world, and again have football fundraising events in the future, as Celtic has done in the past. So obviously when coronavirus is hopefully over, maybe even having football fundraising events to tackle coronavirus. But I hope, obviously, again, the point of this video is also to look at how to encourage more people to support Celtic. So I hope that to kill two birds with one stone, helping other people as well, and disadvantaged people around the world, and tackling poverty at the same time. Number 15, I'll say I'd love to have like loads of sports groups and look at how to get people to support Celtic, at least as a second team, and find out more about Celtic and things like that. And number 16, I hope to look at ways, ideas, or possible ideas about how to market Celtic and how they can more people can find out about them and support them around the world. Number 17, I often have this imagination about a Chinese and Indian network, Chindian network, where they work together somehow and solve their conflicts and start working together more. And as part of this, I think like part of me can't really imagine it, but I thought it'd be great to imagine. It'd be great if such a thing happened. Like, imagine if scenarios, and if a Chindian network, like to cement their relationship, they invested into Italian football and Celtic in a massive way, like bought training, bought Celtic and bought Italian football, or most of the Italian football teams, or Italian league, and like sort of invested loads of money into training academies and stadiums. And as China and India also want to become footballing superpowers in the future, that they can train together as well. And I think like Qatar with Man City, and Saudi Arabia potentially with Newcastle, like, although I hope I don't offend fans of those clubs, but I'd prefer it personally if they invested into Italian football and Celtic. Again, as I've talked before about whatever ideas I have for Italian football can probably generally be applied to Celtic and vice versa. But yeah, I'd love to have like a Chindian network between the Chinese and Indian governments where they invest huge, like they buy out Celtic and like buy Serie A, the league, and like invest hugely into the clubs there, or at least buy some of the clubs there, like AC Milan or whoever, and like invest huge amounts of money into training and youth academies and things like that. I suppose they probably couldn't buy the whole league because in that case, because obviously they'd have to compete with each other. But anyway, I hope that makes sense as ever. And as with all these ideas, I'd love to hear your opinions. Number 18, I think I'd love to see anti-racist groups supporting Celtic because it's a club open for all. And the club also condemning any racism, like including anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, anti-Protestantism, anti-Catholicism, or any sort of discrimination based on religion or race or colour or caste or whatever, or class or anything like that, or even any sort of discrimination, really, probably. Although I think we should still have some freedom of speech, but treating people as well as possible. So I hope people who want to see a better world will also support Celtic. Again, these are all about my opinions. 19, I hope Celtic will do a lot to raise funds and awareness and general support for African software development, and in return, African football fans will support Celtic as well. I talked before about how I think that whatever ideas I have that can apply to Italian football could apply to Celtic and vice versa, but I think there'll be some ideas will probably be a bit different, obviously, because Italian football is a whole league for one thing, and I've got to admit, I think that for people from Africa or the black community or the global black diaspora, they'd have more reason to support Celtic than they would to support Italian football, which can be quite racist. And I think, generally speaking, Celtic is anti-racist, and the club goes against racism as far as I'm aware, which is one of the reasons why I support them. And number 20, I hope that they'll support African technology generally, not just software, but in all areas of technology. And obviously be rewarded by a fan base, by having a high fan base in Africa, and for all the charity work they do. And also like older Celtic fans to train some of the younger fans so that they can be the future of the club and they can do really well. And to ensure like the club, as far as I'm aware, Celtic already have like a welfare thing for the younger players or players generally, to make sure they're looked after as players. So I hope they'll continue to do that and ensure that all the players and from all ages are safe. Anyway, I'd love to know as ever what you think about this video, and peace and love.